Hello, my name is Miss Jacqueline. Welcome to this video. I'm an English teacher living in Korea. Today, I want to tell you all about the TOEIC test and my experience with it. As a teacher in Korea, I've met many people who have to take this test. I was shocked to find out that a lot of Korean people need to take this test just to keep their job, even if their job has nothing to do with English. So I was really surprised about that. I wanted to learn more about it. So I thought, why not just take it myself and see if it would be easy for me as an English speaker? Would it still be really difficult? Is the language natural and useful, or is it very much just a test? I was really curious and I wanted to know what my score would be. Actually, I didn't study at all because I just wanted to know as a native speaker how I would do naturally. So I actually knew very little about this test. I didn't know how long the test was going to take. So I really knew nothing going in except that there would be some listening and some reading and multiple choice. I just went in and tried it. On the listening section, they only tell you one time. So more than just English skill, you really have to focus the whole time really carefully on the words to be able to answer the questions. So that was a little hard. And also on the listening part, some people had like a British accent and it was pretty strong. So one time I couldn't understand the word. It was a survey, but in British accent it was a little hard. So I figured it out from the context, but just kind of listening and trying to read the questions at the same time and fill it in definitely takes effort, even if you're a native speaker. So they really try to trick you in the reading part. For example, one might be like a pretend email, and then another one would be like a poster, and then you need to put the information together to answer the questions. So even though I thought I did well after I filled in everything the first time, when I went back, there was quite a few questions I needed to erase and fix my answer after looking at those kind of little parts. For example, there was one, it was about a dance studio, and there was a dancing instructor, and in his email he said, I've been working with this dance company since it started. And in a different part, it says the company has been around for 25 years. So I needed to put those two pieces of information together to answer the question. So that happens a lot throughout the TOEIC reading part. So you have to be really careful that you're not missing something, or you could get it wrong by mistake, even if you understood it. So my score was 980. So I just missed 10 points. So I got a perfect score on the listening portion, and then I missed 10 points on the reading portion. I think if you have those kind of test-taking skills, and as a native speaker you have about a college education, you'd be able to do well as long as you do a lot of reading and writing in your life, then you would be able to do it. I think it's a pretty useful test. All the kind of business English phrases and reading that I did, I think is applicable to the kind of English you would use in a workplace. But definitely it could be really difficult because those kind of fill-in-the-blank questions have some really specific grammar, which I know because I'm an English teacher and I studied a lot, and even just as a native speaker, I kind of have a sense of what's correct in the sentences. But as as a learner of English as a second language, that part could be really difficult. Yes, so I think the best way to study for TOEIC test is to learn TOEIC in English. Listening a lot and reading a lot, just naturally in English, is going to make a big difference. Because when it comes to only studying in Korean, just, if it's a past tense verb, I put an ed, or those little grammar rules, it's going to be really hard for you. But if you learn more naturally, then you can gain that sense of English like I talked about, and then you could be able to kind of have a feel for what the answer is. So I think I would advise people to study those test-taking strategies and just practice listening and answering questions, but also just learning English naturally through watching something they're interested in, or just reading books in English that they're interested in, so that they can gain that sense, which will make a big difference. If you like this type of content, I'm thinking about making a channel specifically for people learning and studying for the TOEIC test. So if you're interested in that, please leave a comment down below and like the video. And maybe I'll see you there next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.